Good evening all. I'm Pritam Kumar. I'm currently doing MTech in Climate Science and Technology from IIT Bhubaneswar. Suppose if you are not able to make into top five, three, four or five IITs, then also chances are there that you can pursue your MTech from different IITs. So one of the such branch is like MTech Climate Science and Technology from IIT Bhubaneswar. So this MTech Climate Science and Technology will comes under the School of Earth, Ocean and Climate Science, which is one department in IIT Bhubaneswar. So first of all, why IIT? First of all, IIT. If you are from IIT, you will be already screened out from the different guys because you qualified some exams. You qualified some exams and then you get some seat. So it will first of all improve your profile. It will it will boost your knowledge. It will boost your personal identification. It will boost. So along with your name, something will come like you are from IIT. So that changes will make. So this climate science and technology. Some people will say, okay, this is not our core branch. Why we have to go for that? So I agree, it is not a completely core branch, but it is a quite type of core branch, a part of core. So suppose if you are launching a satellite, suppose there is aircraft is flying, suppose there is ships are there, so so all these ships, these ships, aircraft, satellite, satellite missiles, everything will be happen in the atmosphere or ocean only. So you have to you have to predict at under which conditions these things are happening. If you are not able to predict that under which circumstances you are launching your satellite, under which circumstances you are launching your missiles, then your satellite will not able to perform perfectly. So this branch will help you to understand those atmosphere, will help you to predict the future. So some people will say we can't predict future, but in this climate science and technology, you can able to predict the future from your past observation. How we will do that? Suppose you can able to see like IMD is forecasting. Okay, after 10 days there will be some cyclone will be there. There will be some thunderstorm. There will be some earthquakes will be there. How they will get to know? So it's like they will be predicting future. So there are the different parts of this, like different governing equation you have to do, different subjects you have to study. You have to understand the processes, how it will happen. Okay. So and other than this, okay, everyone, we are knowing that our climate is changing. Everyone will talk about global warming, and we are keen to colonize Mars. But what will happen to our Earth? We have to do something. Still, there are chances that we can we can help our Earth to we to it will not allow to reach that tipping point that we can't do anything. We have to, still chances are there. So as we know, okay, Earth atmospheric and oceanic processes are very non-linear. It is highly difficult to understand. Okay, so from this course you understand, okay, how it is non-linear, how you will remove this non-linearity, how these processes are working. But only by accepting, only by learning those things will not happen. So you have to apply that. So if you will apply that, then you can able to make a sustained life for the future and for yourself also. Suppose now there are many fuels. There is now in future 20 to 30 years there will be no fuel there will be no fuel on the earth. So what will happen? So we have to do some geothermal engineering, which will help us to harness the different other type of energies which is occurring naturally. So these things you will study in the climate science and technology. Okay, so we got to know what we will study in climate science and technology. So now, what are the curriculum? What subject we have to study? That thing is also important. So in the semester one, you will have a subject like physics of atmosphere and ocean, in which you will learn how this processes will happen. What is the processes like? how monsoon will happen, how thunderstorm will happen, how cyclone will happen. So one of the biggest we know that every year, almost every year, we will get cyclone. So in the past, if you'll go to 20, 30 years back, the because of the cyclones, because of the cloud burst, there are the death of almost 150, 180 people. Now it is reduced to 10 to 12 people. So you will get a chance to work for the humanity. So physics of atmosphere and ocean, it will help you to understand that how these processes are happening. Okay, now the second subject is dynamic of atmosphere ocean. So suppose you learn how these processes are happening, but we are engineers. By only theoretical things we can't ever, we will not say okay, we will not accept whatever is there, it is true. We need those in equations, in mathematical equations. So those to represent those natural phenomena in the equations, you will, this dynamics of atmosphere and ocean will help. Okay, now the other things, other subject is satellite oceanography and meteorology. So now you launch the satellite. Only launching of satellite is not enough. So suppose whatever the data we will get the satellite, how satellite will work, what are the data we are getting from the satellite, how it is processing in the satellite, how we human from the satellite go get those information. So those things we will study in the satellite oceanography and meteorology. Okay, so another subject, another one of the most important subject in the climate science field is mathematical stat and the statistical method for earth system science. So here we will study differential equation and statistics. So uh, without differential equations, you can't define any governing equations, everyone knows. And statistics is very important. So here now you are handling data. So you will be, suppose if you are working for climatology, means 30 years of data, and you are predicting what will happen in the next year, what will happen in the next 50 years. So you are predicting the future based on the past observation. So suppose you are having the data for 30 years. So you will have data for the hourly data, for monthly data, for daily data. Suppose if you are having daily data, in 1 year 365 data, 365 days are there. So 365 into 30. So those many data will be there, you will be having. Okay, so it will be in like GBs, TBs, you, and these many size of, this much size of data you are having. So what you will do, if you are having data, you have to interpret those data. What is happening with those data? So these methods, this subject will help you to interpret those data. So like you will study the fluctuations, mean, median, mode, these things you will study. Okay, so we studied, okay, now the temperature of the earth is 15 degrees Celsius. From the past, now it is raised to 1 degree Celsius. Okay, so from the past to the present, how the fluctuations will be there, how the changes are there. So those things we will study with the help of statistics, and the processes, governing equations, whatever you will write, those things we will be studied with the help of differential equations. So as you are already in IIT IGC, you will be having very good command on differential equations. So no need to worry for differential equations for you guys. And for aerospace people, I think statistics is not the part of your subject. So so not worry, you can able to make it. Okay, so semester two. So in semester two, what will happen? What are the subjects are? Simulation of atmospheric and oceanic processes. Okay, so now you learned how these processes are happening. You know the governing equations. So now what you have to do, you have to simulate those natural phenomena in the computer. So it is, so you can think how difficult it is, how much non-linearity will happen. So suddenly there is very calm wind, suddenly there will be some gust will be there, and now everything will change. So those things you have to take into consideration, and those things you have to simulate into your computer. So how you will simulate, first of all, these, your normal computer you are not able to work with, so because you are having TBs of data. So for those high computing systems are required. So like everyone knows, like India is having one supercomputer Pratyush, which is in IITM, Indian Institute of Tropical Meteorology, Pune. So this is mainly focused for the weather forecasting. So climate scientists will uh, use that supercomputer to predict the future. So what will happen? So to process these many datas, your supercomputer will be your normal computer will be crashed. But in supercomputer, then also in supercomputer, it will take plenty of time to process those datas. Now, second subject is planetary and marine boundary layer. So now up to now we studied the boundary layer. Where we study boundary layer, like in pipes, in normal circumstances, how the boundary layer will be on the wings and all we studied. So, but now you have to study the natural phenomena of the boundary layer. So here in this, so as we know, there is the atmosphere and ocean. So there are two types of fluid. There will be interaction. There is interaction. So how this interaction will lead to the formation of boundary layers, and see these boundary layers will be there up to 2 kilometer height. So we all are staying in the 2 kilometer height. How this boundary layer will be affecting us? So one example of boundary layer, so there is a uh, fog is there. Suddenly if you'll see, there will be no fog. So this fog, how it will is dispersed? So there in the 2 kilometer height there is dispersion. So which will happen because of the turbulent. Now up to now you studied laminar boundary layer. In this you will study turbulent boundary layer. Okay, the third core subject is remote sensing. So in the first semester you studied how these processes are happening, how the satellites are working, how that data, how that image is taken. Now you have to interpret the data, whatever the data is given in the satellite image. You have to interpret those, what are the features available in that image. Those things you will get. Okay, so at the last, after completing of MTech or after completion of your work, your study, everyone wants to work. That is the keen interest. That is the last option for us. So you will work in the many government organization like IMD, INCOIS. INCOIS stands for Indian National Center for Oceanic Information, IITM, and IoT. So these all are the Indian government office, and you will be working. You will get a chance to work in the uh, foreign big jargons also, like ESA, European Space Agencies, IPCC, NASA. Here also you will get chance to work because some of our senior already working in ESA and IPCC. So okay, suppose if you don't want to work in this government organization, you fed up with this course, so you want to work in some private industry. So but in this course you will study machine learning, big jargons like machine learning, data science, neural network. So now in nowadays you can see that these subjects these subjects are the very important for the jobs. So you will be learning these things, machine learning, neural network. To do your project, you have to learn these things. So so you will be have future, you will be have job after MTech. So no need to worry. If it's like no need to worry. Someone will say, okay, you are from IIT Bhubaneswar, you are not from a top 5 IITs, you are from climatology, you will not have future. Something people will say. It's not like that. If you are having skills, you will get. Options are there, only is needed. You have to work for that, you have to improve your skills. So with this, I will complete my slides. If anyone is having any question, you can ask. Hello? Hello?
Yeah, you can ask your question. Yeah, so I'll add few more point. See, even from his department, people are required in DRDO, in NL, and in this ISR also. Okay, and They are highly
Yes, sir. Yes.
skilled people in especially computation. Okay, especially those who work in atmospheric sciences. They do highly advanced computing. Okay, so that's good to know a lot about your department. Thanks a lot, Mr. Preetham, because
Thank you, sir.
there are many misconception spread by people, and they make sure some people waste their 1 year of life. So at IGC, as mentioned, we try best to get utilized everyone's gate score, and you are one among them, right? I already always appreciated try to join all these IITs, including IIT Bhubaneswar, IIT Hyderabad, IIT Guwahati, and different courses. So I'll give my insight. So there are a couple of questions in chat box. Pritam, you can take up. And before that, guys,
Yes.
if you have any questions, you can ask through audio as well quickly. And he has
Yes.
given a very good insight about his work and his department in IIT Bhubaneswar. So one questions from me. How is IIT Bhubaneswar? Do they have
Yes.
their own complete campus, well built up
Yes, sir.
campus?
It's good, sir. It is like one of the third largest IIT. It is having a area of 930 acres.
Oh, excellent. That too big actually. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yes, sir.
great. And Odisha is a good place, a very beautiful place. If you go to Jagannath Puri or any other places, hopefully you would have gone. Yeah. So guys, some questions are there if you can see in the
Yes.
chat box.
Yes, sir. So what was your rank? Actually, to get this this course, you need in if you are from aerospace engineering, you need at least 500 gate score. Then only you can able to get. And they will teach ML and no one will teach ML and AI. You have to learn and you have to use those things into your project because they will not teach. You have to learn from yourself. You have to develop your skills. Then only you can able to use those skills. They will say you to how to use. They will not teach you. They will not teach you what is the basic from the basics to high level. They will not teach you. They will just say where you have to use, how you have to use and what is the placement percentage. So it's like many people will go for PhDs. So because if they will generate your interest in this, they will go for higher studies. They will go for PhD. But still, placements are there. Just now, one of my senior he got placed for 18. Uh, because in private industry, chances are there for machine learning and AI and
High
suppose some
computation.
policy. Yeah, yeah, yes, sir.
Yeah,
And policy
especially
making.
mathematics simulations.
Yes, sir. In policy making, companies will also take because if you are making policies, you have to know that which area is vulnerable, which area will have more impact for the from which area is having more impact for the natural disaster. So if natural disasters is happening in some area is more, so they will increase the premium for that. So based on that, they will work.
Okay,
So for
good.
interdisciplinary course, how placement in there? Yeah, it's good. Just now, as I said, placements are good. It's all depend. You have to develop your skills. They will
See,
teach you course.
one thing I will interrupt, guys. I thought to tell this also before session. Do not think more about placement in this session, okay? Think more about what all you can do with your available gate score. See, placement is a lot up to individual. There are people you will be knowing even gate teaching rank 3 and rank 4, they never worked, okay? Whatever the reason, okay? And there are and they are claiming we are doing best teaching and all. Okay, it is not like some people couldn't get placed even with rank 3 and rank 4 in IITs. Okay, I should not say this. This year, since it's a pandemic time, the placement still is poor, frankly saying, and gradually it will improve. But if you have degree from IIT, you have right attitude, you have good skill, if you are working hard, either you are not placed offline, but you are online, like in campus, but there are lot much possibility you will be placed offline, okay, or or you may be placed in very good company in future with some struggle, like you may not get direct breakthrough, okay, uh, very easily sometime if your luck is not good, or several other reason like COVID and all, or before also I have seen some people who worked initially as a research associate after completing their masters in ADA, AD, and sometime, and then further they got hired by Boeing or some many good companies, okay, because they are from IIT. So the tag of IIT will help you a lot in longer term, okay. Even some people may get very good PhD, like he told, because his area is research area, a lot much has to be done, has to be learned, and they easily get PhD abroad. Like we have seen one of our guest lecture, Mr. Ramkrishna Patel. Some of you might have attended his lecture before, GATE 2021 we held sometime 6 months back around. Okay, he's in Australia. So just going to complete PhD. Okay, so he work in SAM. So this especially atmospheric sciences or interdisciplinary courses, will have lot much of computational work which is required in different areas, different field. And then job is like it is like very tricky thing, okay. Sometimes it's a very easy work, sometimes it becomes very tough, okay. And so let's limit this session more about what all we can do with our gate score, and what all, yeah, what is the project you are working on. Also, were you from Aero? Yes, Vedant is from pure aerospace, and project will be more of computational work. Sometime it is even in CFD. You guys
Yes,
learn very well, right? Fluid dynamics. So a lot
yes,
much work is there in atmospheric sciences, in computational fluid dynamics. And one of his senior is in touch with us, and she is working in DRDO in the same area as a research associate. Okay, so it is better to use your gate score and instead again making your life miserable for 1 year, okay. And it's not necessary if you are from pure aero and from ISC Bangalore, then only you have better future prospect. No, it is not like that. Even IIT Bhubaneswar guy may get many thing in life, an ISC guy may not get. I will give one of my seniors example. He has taught me strength of material, okay, when I was pursuing my graduation, and currently is working for NASA work, okay. He didn't do masters in aerospace, he did masters in earth sciences from IIT Kharagpur in coral department. Then he got PhD at European Space Agency in geophysics, and then further he got work in USA with NASA agency, okay. And there are several for NASA work, and he's also associated with one of the organization there. So guys, if you are from IIT, you have right attitude, if you put 2 years of hard work, many amazing things may work for you or may happen for you.
yeah.
See,
You are
again I'm
already in
saying,
good hand. Yes, IGC is if you are in
you
IGC, you
are
are already in good hand because from with help of
no,
IGC, now I'm getting good score in IIT. Now I'm the topper of in IIT Bhubaneswar. I got 9.6 GPA because I'm having good core, good in the core subjects, which will be because of IGC only. So you have to be good in your core. If you have to develop your skill, then only you can able to get the project, get the placements. So here also in IGC, one faculty is there. He is not able to make placements, but now he is working as a scientist in NL. Yes, sir.
yeah. He has taught gas dynamics. So his CGPA was also very good, but unfortunately he couldn't got placed in propulsion from IIT Bombay. Then he joined IIT Delhi for PhD. 1 year he worked, but he was so lucky and so dedicated because he had some public research publication and all. Currently, he is scientist in NL. Okay, so these all amazing things may work. Even Pratik sir, who has taught propulsion, he was working with Honeywell in Bangalore. He couldn't placed in campus, but he did a good job at IIT Bombay. Later on, he got in Honeywell, and currently he's at University of Florida. So there are many things may happen, very good things with you guys. Now IGC, see, we are very fortunate to support many good students. That's first thing. And second thing, here at IGC, of course, we believe in good learning. Okay, like my main motto to make better engineers rather than producing some good gate result. Okay, anyway, if we make better engineers, result will good slowly and more. And 2021, you guys will see definitely who win race. Now one point I will tell, many my student also had lot of negative thing about IIT KGP sometime back. Okay, Pritham, you will be knowing, people say don't join IIT
Yes, sir.
KGP,
Yes, sir.
it's not good. But what happened, our the best student, you will be knowing, Nagraj, his rank was around 109 or 114. He got in IIT KGP, and he got placed in Eton very first day. Okay, Eton is one of the serious aerospace industry or core aerospace industry in aircraft systems. So I told them, don't worry what people say. You are in IIT, it's up to you how you get your job. Okay, perform. When company comes, you have to show sincerity. Okay, and of course, you guys try to maintain 9 plus CGPA. It will be very easy to get job from IIT. No, BTech CGPA is considered in some of the companies, but rather what you are doing currently there, that matters more. Of course, there will be some cutoff criteria. Okay, fine. So, Sairam Krishna, I will give you another opportunity. I will give you so you can speak about IIT Kanpur and IIT Kanpur written exam. Are you there, Sairam? Yeah, we will take a more questions at the end. There are many things we have to do today, as many things possible.
Talking about me?
Sairam Krishna,
Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
Sairam. I think he told to join long back. Yeah, Sairam, you are there. Hello.
Hello,
Yeah, hi Sairam.
sir. S. Ram Kumar.
Oh, S. Ram Kumar. Yeah, from IIT Bombay, right? Yeah, you can.
Yes.
Yeah, please. I will make you presenter so you can tell about your work at IIT Bombay.
Okay. So,
Yeah, so one moment. Hello, guys. We are with now Mr. S. Ram Kumar, and currently he is doing direct PhD at IIT Bombay. So he will tell you guys about how to get a direct PhD if you are really interested to do PhD in India. Okay, with just after your BTech. And before pursuing PhD from IIT Bombay, he was working as a research associate at IIT Kanpur. So he will tell more about his journey.
sir, I have turned on screen sharing. Is it visible to
Yeah,
all?
yeah, it is visible.
Okay. Welcome all present here. I joined last year at Aerospace Engineering Department for direct PhD in spring, that is January 2020. So before that, I completed my BTech in 2018 in Aero only from SRM Chennai. Though I gave GATE in 2018, score was not that good, but I was able to get a job at a research project in mechanical engineering department at IIT Kanpur because of some research publication at the end of BTech. Then I worked there for 1.5 years from about August 2018 to this Jan 2020. So I simultaneously prepared for GATE once again. So I was able to secure a better rank with AAR 79 in 2019. Till that time also I was wanted to do whether MTech or PhD. Gradually as months rolled by towards September or so, I got a clearer picture after working with the research project with CFT at IIT Kanpur in the mechanical engineering department. So based on that, I began to apply using this score to IIT Delhi, IIT Bombay mainly, because IIT Delhi has this applied mechanics department, because area of choice of interest as fluid structure interactions and CFD. Accordingly, I applied there, and I also applied for IIT Bombay. IIT Bombay has separate mechanical aerospace which matched with my needs, so I applied with both places. Now I'll just come briefly to the points there. Just move this aside. So the thing is, they do need when you start filling application, they do need some gate score, but that broad range of marks or score is slightly less compared to MTech. And admissions happen twice in a year. Once just after the gate exam is finished, during the same time as MTech occurs, MTech admission occurs. Once that time, and the next September, October about. I had applied in around September 2nd or 3rd week. I began to apply. As far as IIT Bombay was concerned, and any IIT, you have to you have to apply separately for each department. And you also need to have a resume with your research proposal doc, like what you want to work on, what is your choice of interest, why are you joining here, and what do you try to make out of your PhD. So that should be clear to an extent. Then you submit in the online application. Again, you can apply. Note that even mechanical engineering student can join aero, and even aero student can join mechanical, civil, all that when he's applying. Again, there are different categories in each IIT, like teaching assistantship, research assistantship, teaching assistantship through project, research assistantship through project. Generally, for the ones of us who are joining after BTech, TA and RA become more close, and we are just looking through GATE. TAP and RAP involve projects which a professor has been having, and generally students contact professor beforehand and just apply directly at TAP RAP. That does not require a GATE score mandatorily. I mean, but you are eligible for all four categories. The thing is, not all departments. Mechanical had this all four, but Aero in IIT Bombay has got TA and I think TAPS. This RA category is not there, research assistant and RAP. The difference between TA and RA, if you join through GATE, is that RA will not have TA duty. So that is one thing which will relieve you if you are joining mechanical, but the seat intake for RA is less. Now, once you fill all this, they will filter out applications based on GATE score partially. You will get the notification via email in a couple of days for an interview from each department, because you will have a separate application for each department. Wherever you are selected, you will get a mail. Then you have to proceed forward towards mailing professors. So, for one important thing is that before you start applying itself, you check which departments, which faculty are having research profiles and requirements. Each faculty in IIT has almost their own website where they describe their research, their students, everything. So you check that thoroughly and try to figure where you may fit in most. I began mailing faculties only after I got a written test and interview call. I was interested with the faculty in mechanical engineering at IIT Bombay. So I did attend interview in both aero and mechanical departments. The thing is, during the interview and even for the application, you specify which domain in the department you are interested in, like in aero, propulsion, aerodynamics, or structures or control, whichever you are interested. And even in mechanical, like fluid and thermal sciences, solids, and yeah, there are two more. I forgot. Sorry. So based on that, you choose. Then there is the written test itself is based on the domain which you choose, and the interview will also be a bit conceptual, involving GATE, some of your fundamental concepts, and they will also have some problem solving skills if you are interested in a specific research problem. So what they do during interview is, first, after asking some general questions, they proceed to discussing on what problem you are trying to solve, what is your research interest, and why are you interested. So centered around that, they might ask some questions to test your experience and your understanding, which you have shown in resume. So it is important that to an extent at least you are prepared to answer or describe the research topic which you want to work on. Uh, so I is after this written test and interview is done, during interview also you have to keep in touch. Like you may have to say the faculty names under whom you are willing to work wherever you are attending the interview, whether whichever departments. So it is better to make a note of the faculty whom you are interested to work under and also notify them via email as here before attending interview and get to know from them how they are and whether they are okay, allow you for a vacancy. So that you can those names they ask during interview which faculty you wish to join under. So for joining after BTech, you have to fulfill the number of credits fulfillment through courses is more. For example, here in Bombay, it was that in aero department here I had to fulfill 44 credits minimum, whereas ones who are joining after MTech using the same admission process, they just need 16 credits. 16 credits fulfillment is enough. So they get rolling on the research more quickly than what an tech does. But in any case, you have to fulfill this credit fulfillment within the first year, within the first 2 semesters. So those all core credits, all these courses are based on what research topic you wish to take. Once you are allotted admission in the institute, you will be assigned a temporary faculty in case you have not chosen or said about a faculty during the interview. So that is there. That is one factor which may or may not delay later stages of your research. So it is better to have a clear idea on the first place itself about whom you want to work under and get well on with the faculty. Uh, so that he will assist you with what courses you can take, what kind of skills you need for this research topic which you are willing to work under him. So again, there are no mandatory courses, although the credit fulfillment is there, but unlike MTech, there is no mandatory credit courses which you have to take, like aerodynamics, propulsion, these kind of things are not mandatory. Only that all PhD students, whoever have joined this autumn or spring or whichever semester you are joining, each one has to undertake those communication skills course. It will be common for all departments. Again, some departments like mechanical are strict to a sense that they have this, even though you have been given a choice of seat, then after one semester is completed, you have to complete this qualifier exam. You have to pass in it to be finally selected for the PhD. This is not there in aero department. The qualifier exam will have your engineering aptitude, mathematics, and some of the one research topic. So, for example, if you have joined in mechanical and fluid and thermal, then you need to be well versed on that fluid and thermal, which you did here within a semester or so, like that, along with your numerical aptitude and math. So that will filter out. Again, every department, IIT Bombay has a policy called APS. This was there earlier in IIT Madras also, but now my college faculty who is now his PhD at IIT Madras, he said that the APS is not there. So APS is though there at IIT Bombay. Each PhD student has to present his research progress every year to an committee or panel. So yeah, thank you. Any questions?
Yeah, thanks, Ram, for your good insight. So, guys, any question from Mr. Ram? Okay, because he was bit, you got GATE score in 2018, right, Ram?
2019 score. I joined you
Oh,
in 2019 score.
okay, okay. Because in 2018, admission was very poor in aerospace, even with good ranks. Okay, so you are next to that. Okay, all right. Yeah. So guys, anyone has any question with Mr. Ram regarding integrated PhD program? Yeah, he's asking one question. Beneficial is PhD after BTech in aerospace industry? Ram?
Yeah. So the thing is, if you have interest in research topic in a specific direction, there is not a problem. And also, uh, see see for which company has what kind of research going on. In any case, whatever you do, you just if you just complete your PhD on time, that is itself enough. With a good research topic, whatever research topic you take, if you have done a state-of-the-art research, that will itself give you some good postdoc position. Generally, whoever completes PhD after BTech, they have the benefit of 2 years gap. So unlike MTech, and uh, yeah, how many years it will take for PhD? You have to complete program at any IIT, irrespective of MTech or BTech background. You have to complete it within 5 years, where they provide that stipend. And review papers count to get to PhD. Review papers, I don't get what you're exactly saying, but your published papers in journals count. That also varies from guide to guide or IIT to IIT. Generally, it is that you need 3 journal papers to be published for a PhD. I think a CGPA of 8 or above is all right. Even in some cases, if you have exceptionally good background of research and GATE, they won't filter you out as such. To my knowledge, some 7.5 and above is all right. It is not bad. After PhD, what is the scope for jobs?
Yeah, it is there. I will add my points. There were a few guys with Mr. Patik sir in Honeywell. They were directly recruited from ILC with PhD. Even in General Electric and some other cases, where but of course for PhD it is the best scope to go abroad and do postdoc, right? Am I correct, Mr. Ram?
Yes, sir.
And
Yes,
if you go abroad like in Europe or US, it is not necessary to teach always, okay, in academia. You can get many good companies there, okay. So that is what
yes.
in India still we are not having the kind of partnership with academia and industry to have, to get absorbed PhD people easily, okay. So that's my frank opinion. Yeah. Anything you want to add, Ram, in that?
No, sir. Vedant has also asked another question. In case to get into
Yeah.
a PhD, to review papers have the weightage, or mainly they look for research papers? Uh, well, in my case, I only had one small conference publication in 2018, and my research, mainly, I think only my research experience at IIT Kanpur counted more than what my paper would have done. So it depends on what is the depth of research which you have done in the past. At IIT Bombay, if you're joining after BTech, some research experiences will really favor your chances. Again, you do need to have some clear idea of which domain you want to go for. Yeah, system and control department faculty, I'm not really aware for that.
Lokesh, I think I can provide you details. We have Mr. Patik's wife. She was from that department, and we had one session with them from US. So I'll contact with them, and then we can get details. Her name is Pratik's wife name. Anyone remember? A lady has taken one session with Pratik sir. Okay. Yeah, it is there on YouTube, okay, channel, that recording. Yeah. Okay, all right. So,
Sir,
yeah.
sorry to interrupt. One last point I forgot to say. So generally, there is also the Prime Minister's Research Fellowship. Those forms you are eligible to apply within 1 or 2 years of your joining there. So PMRF applications keep rolling into the system mail every year. You can apply as quickly as possible. If you apply, that will also be of benefit to you.
Yes,
Because your
yes.
fellowship will be increased, and
80,000.
also you will have some teaching role at not necessarily here, some other institute you have to enroll for some teaching course that will give some experience to you.
Okay, good. Yeah, good to know. Yeah, thanks. Yeah. So any other questions, guys? Yeah, he's asking about research proposal. Some more questions you can ask. Your research
Uh,
internship.
yeah, to yeah. Uh, Yeah, for writing research proposal, you first say your background, what you have done, where you have, like what is your background course, what all research you have done, and what specific area interests you, say in propulsion, turbine blade cooling. Then you say what kind of research has been done and so far, some idea of it, uh, and what you would like to improve in cooling, or like what direction you are like trying to go. Some sort of glimpse is enough generally. And if we have research internship in IICIT, yes, you can apply. You can apply for RA. Yeah, any. I don't get what you mean by research associate. Here. You can apply for PhD if you do have research internship or any research role which you have done. And yeah, sometimes yeah, it is not. You can also get if you have worked in a research project after BTech for some time, say 1 year, then your lab in charge or that project in charge may also help you get a PhD abroad or an MS abroad also. Those chances are also there. So not everything is gone. You have more opportunities.
Yeah, this internship from IITs and ISC helps a lot. And one more point I want to add, the GATE score helps also to get your post BTech, some good position in IITs and ISC if you are not landing with the master program, like research associate position, like Ram you have got, right? So
Yes,
these
sir. I was working.
yeah, so this has happened with many of my friends also, and some of our students also. Even prior gate also, one of our student last year, Mr. Nilay, got in ISC Bangalore on BrahMos project. Okay. With that, before some days back, he joined ISC in not 2020 gate, and still he's there at ISC Bangalore. And with that also, he got last time rank 141 around Mr. Nilay. This year also he has written gate. So these all options will be available, guys. And it is a great experience working, at IIT or ISC. Yeah, sometime rather better than working in industry where in industry it's like sometime very much copy paste work, but in IITs and IC the quality of work will be really good. Am I correct, Mr. Ram? Because I have worked close to 9 years in industry. Many times I felt it's like something which a 10th standard guy can also do, which you are doing like that. But it is not the case if you are at IIT or IC.
Uh, the research project at IIT is conducted in conjunction with industry. So it is like generally the research projects are funded by industry and they have a specific goal which the institute has to complete in a specified span of time, say 2 years or 5 years. Say building a drone which will monitor this and this condition, or building a pipeline robot which will inspect the crack and gauges inside crack and corrosion kind of thing. So I was working in pipeline inspection project. So yeah, those things are really good because in my project I got exposed to both computational and experimental setups a lot. So that was a very big experience.
Great. So that's good to hear. Yeah, any other question from Mr. Ram? So I think we have now some more speaker, but before that I will go with the brief. Yeah, Mr. Akshay, uh, Akshay, uh, you are there from ISC Bangalore, Mr. Akshay?
Yes, sir, I
If
am
you are
here.
there, yeah, so you have put any PPT with you,
Yeah, I
or
have
you want
on
to?
two, three slides. Yeah.
Yeah. So I will give you opportunity. So what I will do, my session I will take in next Gate Guidance part 2. Okay, I'll complete today available speakers task. Yeah. So again, I'll thank you, Mr. Ram, and we'll move to Mr. Akshay.
Yes, sir. I will share my screen.
Yeah, please. Yeah, Lokesh, ISC also have TAP and RAP, and your good friend Mr. Rajpreet is there. You can approach him to get details. In ISC, they will even post advertise on in their department notice also sometime.
I couldn't get this PPT on the screen. Why? I don't know.
Just try to share it back.
Screen, right, sir?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll be going to the slideshow mode. Okay. Okay.
You can go
So
to
yeah.
F5.
Yes, sir. So myself, like Akshay, so I am currently doing my MTech research in IISc Bangalore, and I am working in like turbulent shear flow physics and engineering laboratory in Department of Aerospace. And the main area of research is like turbulent shear flows. So like here I am doing my research on like very low speed aerodynamics, and my focus is on like fundamental physics, and I'm working on like dvd plasma, like this is we are generating the plasma on flat plate boundary layers, and we are studying the effect of that plasma on the boundary layer flows. That is my research area. And other thing is like my research group is like spanned out like from low speed aerodynamics to high speed aerodynamics. Some of my colleagues, they are working in like very high speed flows, like Mach number 6 to Mach number 12. And their major research area is like hypersonic inlets, or shock interactions, or shock boundary interactions. And most of our research group is oriented towards experimental, not the computational side. And so I will show one small video recently from our group, which is published in Journal of Fluid Mechanics. So I think you guys can see this video, right?
No, I think no. PPT, it is a PPT, not video. So you have to share the
Akshay,
video.
can you share the whole screen? You shared only PPT, that's why it is not appearing for us.
Yeah, so like I included video in the PPT itself.
You
Like,
have to go to third slides. You are in first slide.
oh, you are still in the first slide.
Yeah.
1 second.
Can you share it again? You can share from the full screen, you can share.
Yeah, I'll do that. 1 second. Okay. So now it is at the first slide.
Yeah.
So now it is going to the second slide. Just check.
Yeah.
So now it is at second slide, right?
Yes.
So you are seeing some black screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. It is not playing in this mode. So if I just go to the slide share, now it is showing just the slide like without that.
Yeah.
Okay. So can you guys see something?
Not yet.
Not yet, huh? So I will try to share that video directly. Body, and this is a basic cylindrical body. So this is like the fundamental you guys have already studied in gas dynamics part. So now it comes like the combination of these two bodies. Like these can be seen in like many applications, like in supersonic inlets or scramjet engines, like where coal comes in front. So those stuff, like here we have some fundamental interest. Like you can see these, like how shock waves will fluctuate, and like unsteady shock waves. Like whatever we studied till in gas dynamics is like a study case. So here you can see the unsteady nature of the shock waves. So again, like shock interaction. So you can see here. You guys can see like how complex is like shock structure can be. Like we always studied just like basic oblique shocks or basic normal shocks, but when it comes to a real life application, it is very difficult. So like even with the experiments, it's very difficult to measure the quantities like near to the bodies, because the viscosity effects is so much, the boundary layer will develop there. So there are like a lot of practical problems when it comes to measure the physical quantities. So in a very high speed flows, and these are all very important when we want to study like the supersonic intakes or supersonic nozzles. Like many people will say like I am interested in like doing research in supersonic intakes, hypersonic intakes, like that. So these are all the real life problems which will come along with the interest. So this is actually the major aim in our group, like to study the fundamental studies. Yeah, most of the projects in our group, like in hypersonic studies, will be funded project, because hypersonic experiments are a bit costly when it compared to the low speed experiments. So but still like we are doing the fundamental studies. So now I will stop sharing the screen and I will go back to my PPT. Okay. So now you can see the PPT, right? Hello.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah. So now like that is basic about my research group and my research areas. And the next thing comes like with the eligibility, like how to apply for the research in IASC. Best thing in IASC, what I found here is like most of the department, they don't follow this written test as a mandatory thing. So most of the department, they don't even follow the written test. They will conduct direct interviews, most of the department, especially with the background. And other thing is like only matters is the cutoff marks in the gate. It doesn't matter you have to be in like top 10 or in top 50. It doesn't matter if you qualify your cutoff mark in the sense like more than 600 or 650. It depends on the department and depends on the type of paper you appeared in. Generally for aero, whatever I have seen, like if you are having a score more than 600, there is a more chance you will get call in almost all department except mechanical or something, where the competition is quite high, because mechanical people appear in lakhs for a gate. So the competition is also high in that department. But except that, like almost all the department, they accept whether like there are some departments like earth science or center for atmospheric sciences. So they are all like actually working on like the same kind of things like aerodynamics or fluid dynamics problems, but they will accept aero paper, and they don't even care for like what is your marks. Like if you are just having like 500 and above, they will just call you for the interview. All you need to do is like uh, your interview should be very well. So as I already told, most of the department, they don't conduct written test because they don't want to stress the people before the interview. That's the general idea in IASC. And the direct interview, and interview always parts in two parts, like uh, irrespective of the department you are applying for, irrespective of the research topic you are applying for, always they have like two different approaches. The first approach, they will ask only mathematics, so that is like a barrier for the interview. So the first few questions or first few minutes, like up to half an hour or 45 minutes, they will just give you the mathematics. And if you are good at your mathematics, like the basic mathematics, then they will go for the core subjects. And in core subject also, they will ask you the fundamentals. It is not like they are gonna ask you the research topics or very high level thing. No, they just ask the basic questions, and they will test your basics. If you are eligible, if you are able to understand their questions or uh, able to answer those questions, that will be good. Like if you are stuck, then again you don't need to worry. They will help you, and no need to panic in between. Like they will help you or they will guide you to the problem. Because as a researcher, it is not to answer your question immediately. It is to show that you are capable. If you are given some inputs, you are capable to approach the problem, and you are capable to proceed for the answer. That is what they are looking for. So that is why, like as a research candidate, they always look for the potential candidate. It's not like the textbook answer. So like all research problems are unsolved. Like you have to find an answer at the end. So that is what research is. So they are just digging for that skill in your interview. So you just prepare for your interview, and you prepare for your basics very well. And first of all, mathematics really well. IASC without mathematics, they don't even go for the core subject. So mathematics is the first part. And whenever you stuck in the interview, you have to accept your mistakes. So you should not argue with the panel. It happens with the many students, and they don't like it. So generally, like you have to accept your mistake, and they will guide you, and then correct your mistake and proceed. Don't panic. So they will help you. And the last thing for a research in IASC, the last question, it always comes, why you are choosing the research. So that is where you have to answer it properly. And they just look for your passion towards research. Like if you are good enough, because IISc is known for research, and it's the top research institute in India. So they will they will expect students, like they are oriented towards the research. They don't accept like you don't have any chances, like you don't have any other options, you are going for research. Those answers will never work. So just give answers like just to say like you are passionate towards the research. And other thing is like here the course structure is a little different. For research students, they have to fulfill some minimum uh, credits through the coursework. So generally the coursework is divided into a three part. One is RTP, one is NRTP, one is audit. So RTP in the sense it's the research training program. So whoever registered for a research, they have to fulfill minimum criteria in the research training program. And non-research training program is like, suppose you are interested to credit some course, but that is not related to your research topic at all, but you want to credit it. You want like that credit to be shown on your transcript. So still you can apply some courses that is comes under non-RTP. And audit, like best thing in IAC I have seen is like you can go and sit in any class you want. They don't ask why you are coming here. Like if you are interested in some topics, you want to learn some topics from some other department, it doesn't matter. You can go to mathematics, you can go to interdisciplinary courses, you can go to physics, you can go to chemistry. They don't ask. But you can audit the course, like you can just go and sit and listen the class and learn something. So that is interdisciplinary nature in IASC research culture. And other is like I told you, the minimum RTP you have to get, like, and they don't have like too much credits to be come from the coursework. They want like minimum thing, like here for a MTech research, for to obtain your degree, you have to fulfill just 12 credits from the coursework, and that should be from some core topics related to your research. And you can go up to 24 or some credits if you want to go. but minimum credit is 12. And your research training program or those courses will be decided based on your guide's uh, opinion. So you cannot choose it randomly. So he will suggest some courses, so you have to take it. So if you want to like do some other courses by your interest, you can always go with a non-RTP. So other is like the focus is more on your research actually. So they want like some solid outcome from your degree. They want solid research to be done on your degree. So they don't agree to defend your thesis until they feel like you are ready for that. So that is one thing. So they will focus more on research problem. This is how the research culture in the IASC. It doesn't matter whether it's a MTech research or PhD. The culture remains almost same. So if you have any questions, like I can take it. Like this is about my course and the culture in IASC. Hello.
Questions are in the chat, please.
So I am going through. It is direct recruitment through GATE score or any interview. It is not direct recruitment. You have to appear for interview, but most of the cases you no need to appear for the written test. Very few departments they will ask for a written test. Most probably it's a direct interview. What is the project you are working on also? Or you're from Aero? Yeah, I am from aerospace department. I am not working on any particularly like funded project, but I am working on very fundamental problem, that is like turbulent boundary layers, and which is like I told you, I will be having some plasma generating on a turbulent boundary layers. I am studying the effect of that plasma on boundary layers. I didn't get this question properly. Like GATE score depends on topper marks, no sir. What? I didn't get this properly. But the thing is like there will be a cutoff mark, and if you cross that cutoff mark, they will treat everyone as the same. Like whoever appear for interview, they don't treat like whoever having more score or whoever having less score. They don't treat. Once you enter for an interview, that all up to you. How you make your interview good, that is up to you. So all are one. Like even rank one appears for a research interview, they don't care. So it just you have to be good at your basics and good at your mathematics. That's what they care. And as per your seniors and other, what is the selection ratio in ISRO and DRDO? Yeah, this is a tricky question. Generally ISRO and DRDO, they have their own selection criteria irrespective of IITs or IASC. They have this scientist B, there are scientist C post in ISRO. They have like their own exam and they will recruit through that. And some specific post, yeah, definitely like some specific post they will take it from like the PhD candidate. And I don't know about the MTech candidate how they will take, but most of them who are appear for GATE, they will again appear for DRDO or these interviews, because they also call through the GATE. So they will, after finishing MTech, they will just go and join the DRDO. And how much toppers marks we can expect, sir? No, not this one.
Yeah, Akshay, you can take up these questions. How is your course different from MTech coursework in terms of duration and structure? See, Vedant, usually MTech with coursework, it's a 2-year program. MTech research takes usually 2 to 3 years. So this is how different. In MTech research, the coursework will be less, credit will be less, research work will be more. In terms of the placement, for placements, both like a student can see together. MTech research or MTech, it depends further on the industry or the students, the performance during the placement. Yeah. The
Okay.
kind of,
So,
yeah,
so
you can,
yeah, I will add some points there.
yeah,
So
sure.
the coursework and MTech research work differs in the sense like coursework is mostly like most of your credits to be fulfilled by the courses you have to take, mandatory courses, like compared to MTech research. MTech coursework here in IASC, they have to fulfill like around 32 to 34 credits. So where MTech research you have to fulfill only 12 credits to the course. But the research part, uh, like you have to do a solid research to get your degree. Like, mm, so unless and until your advisor feels like you are doing some good research, he don't allow you to sit for defense or defend your thesis. So you have to do your research so seriously. So other thing is like the whatever courses you take, like the courses will be offered in any department. Both MTech and the research student, they have flexibility to attend any classes they want. And coursework student, yeah, obviously in the first semester they have some compulsory courses to take, but as a research student they don't have any compulsory courses to take, mandatory courses. But whatever your guide suggests, you have to take that course. There is no other way, like there is no escape from that. So you have to take whatever they may ask you to take some courses from electrical department you are completely unaware of, but still you have to take if he feels it is important for your research. So you have to credit it, like not just the audit, you have to credit it. Like that is how the uh, courses for research student differs. And other any other question, like is there any
Yeah,
internet?
mathematics. Yeah, one question was there. What kind of questions from mathematics they ask? Can you answer?
The mathematics, they will be like it depends on department to department. Let me share you the two different experience from my interviews. So I appeared for two different interviews in IASC. One is from interdisciplinary mathematics department. Other one is from aerospace department. Interdisciplinary mathematics department, they asked me the linear algebra part, detail in depth, and most probably they are looking for this uh, algorithms, like computer part, like how you give if you are given some problem, basic problem, how you approach through algorithms, like how you generate your algorithms. Those kind of questions they asked in mathematics. And very basic question, like I will tell you, like it's like a product of two matrix or addition of two matrix, like that. They will start with very basic question, how you will do, what is the generalized formula for this, like to multiply two matrices, like that they will start. And they will build up on the questions, like how you answer that actually matters for the next question. So they will build up on that from that point. And most in both the cases, like I experienced, they talked about this partial differential equations, because like that is one of the research areas, whether you are going in experimental part or in computational part, PDEs are very important. So they will definitely ask your understanding of differential equations. So yeah, so even in aero also I got the same questions for the partial differential equations, like to solve heat equation or some other equation and draw graphs. And those kind of questions they will ask. And you have the choices, like they will give four different choices: linear algebra or calculus part, like differential equation, that one, or numerical methods, or vectors and those stuff. Like they will give the choices, you can choose any of those. Okay, so next
Okay.
question.
In the final selection, they only look for interview or performance or gate score or even.
Gate score, once you are called for interview, then it's over. So they don't look for your gate score again. So they only look for your performance in the interview. So yeah, gate score is just a merely eligibility criteria. That's it, and that is also in IAS it is too low. So they will just call for interview, then they will decide.
Yeah. So I'll add few more thing about Akshay. See, Akshay has overruled MTech. He got in IIT Kharagpur also, IIT Madras also. But still, he was fond of ISC Bangalore. He joined MTech at ISC Bangalore in research. and his rank was around 123. Okay, so guys, its rank is just mere data. Okay, it's all depends once you get opportunity for interview how you perform. Okay, so keep it in mind. Yeah, next questions. If we are applying for interdisciplinary program and we don't have any idea or of its subject, then yeah, I think they
Yeah, see,
will ask.
again, the same thing. They will ask from your course topics, not from the water. So initially I mentioned they don't ask anything on like advanced topics or advanced research topics. They will ask you from your basics. So generally, differential equations or this calculus part, irrespective of the department, all department will do, right. Even from physics background, chemistry background, MSc or BSc background, those people also do the same mathematics, but application might be different, so they ask those questions. So like the basics, how well you understood your. So
Yeah,
I can remember like Shashank, I guess, from
yeah,
our batch. He appeared,
manufacturing.
yeah, he appeared for interview, and that is completely different from his domain. So still they asked this unstudy QAT flow. So that is basic, right? From the aerospace, whoever done the aerospace as their subject, fluid flow or the Poiseuille's flow, they are all basic topics. They just ask unstudy. The twist is this: there is a temperature variation in between. Like you are well aware of how to solve study QAT flow equation, but unstudy, the moment they bring unstudy, you will be panicked. That is what they will see. Like whether you panic or you try to answer something, that they will look. That's it.
Sure. Yeah. Any other question, guys? Yeah, math, general, how should prepare? Read Irvin Krajcik. Okay. Now,
Yeah,
date is over.
that is very good book to follow, Irving Crazy. And one more thing, here they will ask what textbook you refer in
Yeah.
interview. So that is very, don't don't tell like I refer some RK Bansal or something. Don't tell that.
Okay.
So always tell like, so I thought like in IGC they provided really good references.
Yeah,
So
at
if you
IGC we are not Indian author people. Okay.
yeah,
That
so
anyway. Yeah.
so if you are appearing for like aerodynamics and all, just to mention whatever you know, like best authors like Anderson or fluid mechanics if you are appearing for. So
SK
you,
Som or FM White.
yeah, SK Som also I don't prefer. So FM White or this other textbook, like there is Sangel, like that.
Yeah.
Those books are
Sanjay
there.
and Sibala. Yes.
Yeah, so like that. So they will ask like what textbooks you actually referred.
Yeah, that in next meeting we will discuss all those. Okay, because for any interview, any research related course, they have to decide one particular area and they need to go about. So I'll suggest them to choose like one area like aerodynamics, aero propulsion, or structure or control, and related all groundwork has to be done by everyone. So we'll discuss that as well. Yeah. Now some toppers marks and all. See, this year's topper will be 75 plus minus 5. Okay, in GATE Aerospace the best marks will be 75 plus minus 5. Okay, so some marks may go up, some marks may be come down. That's what. Now this paper was kind of 2017 paper, so I'll give the idea of 2017 paper. In 2017 paper with 35 marks, rank was 114. Rank was 114 with just 35 marks. Okay, we have one student, Mr. Ramsoni. He got in 2018 rank 27, but before that his rank was 114 with 35 marks in 2017 paper. So you guys think of seriousness of having tough paper. Okay, but the GATE score same time with 35 marks, it was 500 plus. I'll share his scorecard. It is there with me. So you think of, if paper is tough, marks may be less, your GATE score may be high. Okay, highest marks in 2017, it was 72 or 71 marks. In 2017 with 57 marks, rank was 8. Mr. Nitin sir. Mr. Nitin sir was rank 8 in 2017 with 57 marks. So is it clear? Its rank is marks is all relative. Okay, those who do well or those who have prepared well, they will get better result than others. Is it clear? Now, since we need to have good gate score, because our computation will be with mechanical student, but this year's mechanical paper was also tough. Every paper this year, yeah, with 57 marks, rank 8. Clear? I told Mr. Lenova, I asked you to be with your real name. Okay, still you are there. I didn't remove you from meeting. Okay, all right. Now come, it's already we passed more than 15 minutes. Yeah, Sairam, are you there? Can you add your points with for IIT Kanpur MTech written exam? Hello, Sairam Krishna. Hello. Yeah, Sairam, can
We
you
can
give
hear you.
what is which rank? Say last year even with 49 marks, there was rank was around 74 in 2020 paper itself. With 49 marks, rank was 74. So not to worry, those who have done 30 plus correct, they will all have good rank. Okay, those who have done 30 plus correct, they all will have good rank. Let's wait and watch. See, cutoff for ISC MTech, if you want only MTech, it will be very high. MTech coursework, okay, it will be high. But if you want MTech research, it's just the criteria to get in interview. So they will ask, yeah, yeah. Anyway, yes, Sairam, are you ready? I think I am not unable to contact him. Sairam, we are not able to hear. No, you are not audible, Sairam. See here, under 20 rank, can we get ISC MTech? Yes, Sasank, with under 20 rank, you can get. Okay, ISC Bangalore MTech. We have got rank 12 in general from IGC, and even I heard rank 26 also got. Okay, now one more thing I will like to add. See, admission will happen, but in admission process, there are, you guys should not lose patience, because admission happens in many round. So you may not get admission in very first round, but till 5 round, 6 round admission happen. Till July, August admission happens. Yeah, so you have to be, up for any interview, any exams, whichever comes to you. Don't get frustrated and lose patience and lose focus. Yeah, Sairam, we cannot hear you. Pradeep, are you there? You can add your point now, Pradeep.
Yes.
Yeah, guys,
Yeah.
Mr. Pradeep was rank 195. Okay, we should not deny in saying that, but he will share how he got in IIT Bombay with patience and his, always positivity he kept throughout admission process. Yeah, Pradeep.
Yes, yes. Yeah. My name is Pradeep. Yeah. See, I hope all you hope for the
Pradeep,
best.
how
Don't.
much was your marks?
My marks was 43, sir.
Yeah, 43 marks. Yeah, continue.
Yes, yes. Yeah. So don't think too much about attention. So let's hope for the best. So one, see, I had a bit tension, but see, I have got in the seventh round. See, after starting the result, announcing the results, it's a seventh week. You can think of the 56 days. I have got admission at 56 days. So in those time, so there will be a little tension, but don't think about don't think about too much. So another works also to do. So that's what I want to say about admission. So and another thing I want to say is, if you have any, I am also general category, but if you have any recently introduced EWS, right? So if you guys are eligible, then you can immediately apply those EWS certificate. It is very helpful in getting admissions. See, in IIT Bombay, I have seen four 5 members under EWS category. So it's very helpful if you have any these type of reservation. Okay, um, and and then coming to IIT Bombay, here you can apply for, I think 5 or 6, like uh, 5 or 6 specialization. Four are in aerospace. One is aerodynamics, another one is propulsion, and another one is structures, and another one is dynamics and control. Okay, another 2 are you can apply for industrial engineering, but it's very tough. Their scores are very high. And another one is that you can apply for climate and climate science or earth sciences in IIT Bombay.
No,
Okay.
even material science department, metallurgy, they can apply. See, there will be plenty of option, guys, not to worry once you
Yes.
have valid gate score. Now, the thing will be you have to be with positive mindset. See, there is a department metallurgy in IIT Bombay. Even companies like Applied Materials, they go to that department. That is one of the best company in Bangalore. Okay, in aerospace or any domain, Applied Materials. So guys, first to get in IIT, that should be the aim. Don't worry about placements and all. How much you got? See, you might have done many mistakes. That's why your marks may be less. But now do more correction. Read good books. All those things will be keep telling you guys, and you guys have to follow. Now correct your book if you want to work in structures. Don't still be with Bansal or Khurmi or Ramamrutam. Now start reading books like Gere. Okay, so your interviewer will check what is your the right approach to solve problems, how to idealize problems and all. In GATE 2021, there were 1 or 2 questions which where you have to think how to idealize those questions, right? So that is the whole thing. Yeah. So Pradeep, now you are in campus, right? IIT Bombay has called people
No,
to.
sir. I'm still at home. They are
Okay.
not allowing still. They are calling
Okay.
only less people.
Okay. Okay.
Maybe
Okay.
in the May second week or third week, we are thinking to get into IIT.
Okay, good to hear. Because in pandemic, all of
Yeah.
you are losing campus life. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, guys, one more guy was there, na? Yeah, yes, Pradeep. Any other questions or any other thing you
Yeah.
want to share?
Another important thing I want to say is, guys, don't leave like mathematics and the content that you have, because mathematics is a very important thing in engineering. So which IIT you got, wherever which branch you got, you have to deal with the linear algebra, calculus, and numerical methods in your MTech. If you are not comfortable with them, then you will may face some problems. So be in touch with the mathematics always, and another one is be in touch with the programming. Okay, yeah, these are not important right now, because but you have to learn programming, because in IIT the professor always give you assignments, and they all should be in the programming. So you can learn while you are in IIT, but you can feel some pressure. So now you can free in some 1 or 2 months, so you can concentrate on programming something,
Yes,
especially
learning
Python,
some.
MATLAB, and C++.
Yes.
So you
That's
you
good input.
literally need these 3 languages to learn at least basics. Basics are enough. You don't need to go in deep. Okay. These are the things I want to tell. Don't uh, depress about getting admission. Apply whatever chances you have. Don't yeah, IIT Bombay, my score is not suitable. So don't think like that. Whatever you can apply. Whatever you are eligible with, you can apply to the IITs. I think Dinesh has also shared the IITs that are eligible. I also referred those checklists and I applied each and every IIT. I haven't missed even single IIT. I have applied IIT Delhi, Bombay, Kharagpur, Kanpur, Bhubaneswar, all IITs which are applicable, DIIT, So IIST, you apply for IIST also. So don't lose your MTech admission. So by concentrating at a particular prestigious institute. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Sir, this is Akshay again.
Yeah.
Yeah, adding to his point, like apply wherever you can, like that is good point. And I want to tell one more thing, there is one more institute, it is highly neglected, but it is highly good when you get out of that institute when once you are completing your degree. That is this JNCASR, Jawaharlal Nehru Advanced Studies for Research. So I am telling you, it is equivalent to or more than equivalent to IISc when it comes to our research. So people from that institute, they are got call in PhD from high institute like Caltech or you can say Princeton, like those kind of institute, they got into their PhDs. So it is highly neglected in terms of GATE, but it is very good to follow. So I am adding this one.
Yeah, thank you. Because Kaustu, Sachit Pushkar, Kaustu has done his project work from JNCR. Okay, so it's very good institute, and they also require GATE qualified students for their master's program. So you guys can apply, and it is in Bangalore. Okay, and it's very good institute. Even in our time, we used to hear about that institute. Okay, so that's good thing. Yeah, Sairam Krishna. If you can speak, otherwise I will conclude with my word, and we will discuss further in next session. We will have some more guests in next session. We'll have people from ISC Bangalore, from MDS department, the design department, from IIT Madras for propulsion MS. Yeah. Yes, Sairam? Yeah. I think he's not audible. Yeah, so I'll take up questions quickly. Now you can throw any questions for today's session. Anything regarding marks or any previous data or anything else. What is it in Hyderabad? Yeah, guys, you guys must apply for IIT Hyderabad also, because IIT Hyderabad has both courses like ISc MTech and MTech research, and IIT Hyderabad department name itself is known as Department of Mechanical and Aeronautical Aerospace something engineering. Okay, and they are also very good. Okay, even you guys can apply in applied mechanics department at IIT Delhi, or I will share all those things in my next talk. Yeah. Yes, guys, quick. Yeah, JNCR is in Bangalore. Yes, admit through GATE. Yes. Yeah, admits through GATE only. And then they will take interview and all, like others.
So what is the stipend procedure at IITs?
Yeah, they will pay you 12,400 something. They will put in category. There are sometime some seats will be there non-stipend for 6 months, but you have to maintain some CGPA, so it will get converted. But most of the IITs or ISC, they pay stipend. And someone asks fees. IIT fees will be more of SAM. All the IIT takes less fee only. There was a high, there was proposal to hike fees for MTech, but yet they didn't. Sir, GATE AE score valid for MTech CFDs at IIT? Yeah, why not? It is valid. And which particular IIT you are talking MTech CFD? What about IIST? That we will discuss. Sai, it is also good. This is second tier college. We will today discussing about IITs and ISC. That is second tier college. We will discuss about DIIT. Yes, in DIIT, don't go in aerospace department. Go in mathematics department, because they do CAE simulation, very good mathematics simulation work. We have a student there. Yeah, paper, yes, PSU is there, DRDO and ADA. There are good number of vacancies as of now in DRDO with GATE score. Around 17 vacancies are there. In March month, interview is there. Sairam, you are not audible. Yeah. Any other questions? Next. Previous question, BTech percentage, Mr. Dinesh. Sometimes some company will ask, okay, minimum 60%. Okay, some company just may see your current performance. Okay, so now don't worry more about your BTech percentage. Get in some good college, maintain 10 CGPA. Nobody will stop you. Many student has maintained 9 plus CGPA. Okay, even 8 plus CGPA is also good. Yeah, guys, yes, applicable. Yes, mathematics department, yes, it is applicable, absolutely. Yeah, interview in March for DRDO, not this for this result. Those who have applied prior, they had the post came in July, August sometime. You guys have to apply for next interview. No issue, Sairam. We can take up you in next meeting. Hopefully, we'll have soon one more meeting with some more guests. Yeah. Yeah, IIT Gandhinagar, yes, you can apply. In IIT Madras. There is no CFD department. There is a engineering design department. And IIT Gandhinagar, I am not sure in KGP, because in KGP, see, and IIT Madras, there will be all the admission happens through GATE Aerospace. There is a AE1, AE2 like that. Okay, but separate departments are not there. But you can apply. See, I will tell all the course where all you can apply in next meeting. Like you can apply in all thermal engineering courses. You guys can apply in all machine design courses. You guys can apply in all manufacturing courses. You guys can apply in all computational science courses. So many places you can apply. Okay. Yeah. So IIT Kanpur is good for aerospace. Yes, IIT is the largest wind tunnel testing. Yes, IIT Kanpur, all IITs are good, Sai Ram Krishna. Your IIT has your own runway, right? IIT Kanpur has its own runway. You can land your aircraft there. What will PSU or MTech? Boss, you need to get in PSU when opportunity comes. By the time opportunity comes, you will complete masters. Okay, so do masters, and meanwhile wherever opportunity come, you can apply in PSU. Yes, Jana, what is the scope? Yes, very good point. So Mr. Janab, you can do with GATE XC masters in mechanical, in aerospace, or in that control and system in IIT Bombay. There is no barrier. Of course, if you have GATE score in GATE XC, they may take some time exam or interview. Okay, but nothing to worry. They will ask basics only. I have many friends who have done like their GATE in XC, and they did masters and working in many good places, including that I shared na this Patnaik. What is her name? I again forget. Mr. Lokesh, what is her name? I shared in chat box na. What is her name? Yeah, Arizona State University, Karishma Patnaik. So she was ranked 3 in GATE XC. She was ranked 3 in GATE XC. She did masters in control and system department at IIT Bombay, and then she joined Mercedes-Benz in Bangalore. Mercedes-Benz, you know, that is the automotive company. She got placed from IIT Bombay. Then she left Mercedes-Benz, whatever the reason she had, and she joined ISC Bangalore as a research associate. She worked there at ISC Bangalore 1 year, and then she got Arizona State University for PhD. So you guys understood the importance of GATE XC? Then I'll give another example. My classmate Mr. Jagmohan Singh, he was rank 1. He was AER 1 in GATE XC in 2008. Okay, in 2008. Okay, then with GATE AER1, GATE XC score, he joined MTech in thermal engineering in IIT Madras. Even he was my classmate also in IIT Madras in some subject. I was in aero department, he was in mechanical department. Then he worked in Airbus. He got placed in Airbus India. Then he left Airbus and currently, or he might have finished PhD from Monash University, Australia. Clear? Understood the importance of GATE XC? Then another example. One of our student from 2017 batch, Deepansi, she wrote GATE in 2017 in GATE Aero. She got rank around 300. But next year, she got a job in Bangalore, company called Quest Global. You might be knowing, okay, many of you, Quest Global. While working again, she wrote GATE in GATE XC. She got around rank 30. Then she joined IIT Bombay. And from IIT Bombay, recently she got placed in one of very good company, oil and gas company, Halliburton. Clear? Is it clear? So there are plenty of example. One of my junior, Amit Dagar from Delhi, he again got rank 1 in GATE XC. Currently he is working with Siemens Gamesa in Bangalore. Clear? Amit Dagar did masters from IIT Madras Aerospace. Okay, so some of you have not taken GATE XC seriously when we proposed to many of you. Some of you might have taken seriously, and I know some of our students have taken very seriously. So let's wait and watch for good result. Yeah. Any other question? Okay, first what you want to do? You want to do masters or directly want to do in that? Yes, of course, Airam. That is the main thing. Once you get in IIT, next is how sincere you are there. Okay, so maintaining good CGPA will require hard work. Many students want to enjoy IIT life, so it is like that. Nobody, Modi cannot assure you job. Now trend is going Modi Rojgar do. So Modi will tell you study well. I became prime minister by my hard work, not by grace by some Gandhi family, right? So you guys also have to get job like that. That's what Max he can say. Okay. So it's very clear. Many IGC student maintain good CGPA. Some might not have, so they have to choose different path. Yeah, 2nd March official key will come, 2nd or 3rd, I think. Which specialization is better for structure is better in India. More jobs are there in structures and control. Propulsion is also good, but jobs are less in India. We have to be frank about that. Yeah, in ISC there will be interview. If you go from other than any aero department for direct MTech, they will take interview like earth sciences, nanoscience, or climate study, or even mechanical or any other. They will take. Even in ISC for MTech coursework also they take 2-year program also they take interview for mechanicals and all. Because what happens now in mechanical, electrical or electronic there are more PSUs. So many people just apply and then they leave. So in ISC they take interview. But in MTech aerospace they are not taking interviews. Then you leave this all studies and all, start doing business, okay, and become a real estate agent. No, I will, Sairam, I will add here. See, abacus knowledge and all is fine, but it is not very helpful. You need to have good concepts in basics, and rather it is good to have programming skill rather than knowing abacus. Okay, abacus, if you get in good company, they will teach you. But if you are having good programming skills and all, it is very helpful. It's very, very helpful. Okay. So those who want to earn more money, aerospace is not suitable field. Okay. Here, you know, patience and passion both has to be there. Yeah. Anyone else? Any other question? Yeah, what I mean by programming language, you need to know like at least this VBA, Visual Basics, or Basic C, or MATLAB, or Python. Yeah, there are good jobs in analytics. Yeah, where you can get more money. Yeah, your answer is there, guy who want to buy that car guy, right? Many time, if you are in good in data science or programming, you may get a very good, nice banking job with masters from IITs or ISC. You may earn very good there. See, our student got in Dubai based company last year 35 lakh. Okay, that is what I heard best in last year batch, not this year. 35 lakh in Dubai. Yeah, in machine learning, we have one IGC team member. He got 32 lakh per annum starting package in, but he's from CSC. There is any trend to expect cutoff, or yeah, you all have to have 500 or 550 above gate score. That was told na 600 gate score around for MTech research. Need to have like 600 is a good score to get many options. 500 plus is also good if you are having reservation. What is that your view about 2008 question paper? My view, the question paper was quite good, and IGC, hopefully IGC student will do better than others. There are only two things till now I know. But I thought same in 2018 also, but that time we were in a false paradigm. I thought in 2018 we have taught very well and all, our student will do great, nothing. First student has to put lot much effort, not institute. So institute is like should be good, but before that student has to be good. But at IGC now it's a 2020 batch, right? 2021. So of course we had many good students. It was not like 2018, right? So that time my judgment was wrong, but this time it should not be wrong. Yeah, 2018 paper was quite easy. Even with marks 50, rank was around 250, like that, or 200 something. So what rank to expect is gate score 650 this time, right? You can expect with 650, so it should be around 60 rank, around rank 60. Our institute topper rank, sir. I don't know. I never claim any. We will have some few people in top 10. That's for sure. Nobody can deny. Okay. We'll have top 10 ranks. And those who have prepared well, they will also get good rank. Oh, let's result come, Dinesh. We cannot say how variation will happen with marks to get score. It's very tricky formula. But with lesser marks should have more gate score. Because average will fall down. More people has written gate this year in gate 20 21 because third year students were eligible, and literally they screwed people in core. Aptitude was easy, but core was tough for many people. Even with very good students, core was tough, right? IGC exams, right? Other institutes student will not write IGC exam because I heard that the IGC exam will demoralize them. Vedant, what you say? We have given one All India exam. After first exam, second exam, hardly people were writing. Okay, but real gate was like IGC exam only. So those who have written IGC exam sincerely, hopefully they will do better than others. That's what my thinking as of now. Okay, but we should not underestimate others also. Okay, everyone, those who work hard, they will have better result, right? But of course, IGC works will help if the paper is like 2021. Okay. Structures were good. Anyway, even propulsion was quite tough, and this aerodynamics, propulsion, structure, all three were very good level. But flight mechanics, mathematics, and aptitude was easy. Yeah, Sairam can share. Exam from IGC gave great improvement in concepts. You can share my experience. Yeah, of course, Sairam, and this year paper was like 2017 paper, it was PhD program, propulsion, aerodynamics. Yeah, all three are good. Dinesh, you have to take your call. Okay, but in India, if you want to work in industry, structures has more opportunity. What this time wasn't sufficient? What that, Sasank? I didn't get your answer. Okay, we have already spent more than 2 hours. Yeah, any questions? Quickly. We will wind up. It's already past 11. Okay. Okay. All right. So thank you guys. We will wind up, and we will take up, things in next part 2. See, yes, it was 35, 36 marks. Gate score was 550 around. Yes, in 2017. I'll share the screenshot of that guy. Okay. All right, guys. So, guys, stay healthy, stay happy, and keep reading good books. Okay, like Gare, Sanjel and Balls, FM White. These 3 books you read. Okay. Let's wait for good result, and then we will see. Okay. Thank you, guys. Good night. All the best.
Sir.
We will meet in next meeting. Yeah.
So when can we expect the next meeting?
Maybe I will discuss with the fellow speaker once they are available within a week time. Next time.
All right, sir.
All right. Thank
Yes,
you,
sir.
guys.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.